Hello and welcome. Now today I'm going to be showing you how to change your valve cover gasket on your 1ZZ Toyota Matrix or Pontiac Vibe. Behind me is an 04 and this is the kit I'm using right here. So let's get to work. Now the first thing we're going to do, take out the engine cover, two 10mm nuts. One's right there, it's gone. That one, there's some clips, but they're gone on this car. I'm going to remove that clamp, pull that hose. I'm going to go ahead and pull it off the throttle body as well. That way it's completely out of my way. As well as this hose right here, which this one has been switched over to clamps, screw clamps, rather than spring clamps because the spring clamps got weak and fell. So, I'm going to loosen my clamps. Pull those off. Now, you need to get the wiring out of the way. So you just push up on that little lip, pull that out of the way. That one's just loose. We just need enough in order to pull the cover, so we don't have to unplug everything. The one thing we will have to do is unplug our coils. And then right here, when we start loosening the valve cover, we'll need to take that out. There's a couple of them for that rail to pull that harness off. Now I am going to go ahead, pull the coil packs out of my way. It's going to make some of this a little easier to get to. Now obviously here I'm going to go ahead and pull the coil packs. Now this plastic on the harness sometimes gets right in the way of pulling them for some reason, and if that happens, like right now it's worse than it was last when I changed the coil packs. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these two 10mm nuts right off. And well, that stud's coming with that one. That's okay. There, that gets more of the harness out of the way. Now what we're left with is a bunch of 10mm to loosen off and get out of the way. There's several back here on the side in order to get the valve cover off. And of course, those right there. So the first one is actually not a 13, it's a super common 12. We'll go ahead and take the stud off. And what I'm going to try to do is keep them in an order, because I'm not sure yet if any of them are different lengths. But the nuts, well, they're all 10mm nuts, so we're okay with that. That'll be easy. Just start here, work my way around, counterclockwise the way I'm going to go. As I go, I'm just going to go ahead and put them all right there. Now here's one piece of the wiring I forgot about, and this bracket. There we go. And these two in the center. Which and there we are. Now we can see everything. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this old gasket. I'm going to find a place to grab it. There we go. But what I'll do first, and make sure that fits right, is I'm actually going to put a dab of RTV black gasket maker here and there on it, and actually let it dry. That way when I set the gasket on and I flip it upside down, I don't have to worry about it moving or falling. Of course, we can spray it down with some carburetor cleaner, even a little gasoline if you have any. Let it dry, clean it up, because I want to make sure that the little dabs of silicone I put down are going to hold. Now this little bit of oil ain't going to hurt the gasket, none. But like I said, I like to do this that way whenever I flip it over, it stays. Like I said, I'm just going to put a little dab. Dab. Especially around some of the curves so it holds well. Whew, almost too much. A little bit right there. A little bit right there. And it's plenty hot out right now, so it ain't gonna take no time at all. Dry. So go ahead and pop these into place. Gasket out. When that silicone dries and cures a little bit, when I flip it over, it ain't going to be so loose and it'll stay in place, because otherwise that's going to be a pain to get it on there. Alright, now see the gasket's not falling. I'm going to carefully set this down in place. Line it up with the two studs on the front for an easier drop, like that. Now I'm going to start right here with these. And then work my way back around. Now I'm just going to go back and snug them all down and crisscross and tighten them up. But that was the last one out, so it's going to be the first one in over here, back in my pattern that I was going. They all look exactly the same, but since I haven't taken one of these valve covers off yet, I wanted to make sure that they didn't have an oddball size. But I'm still going to go back in the order I had it. Get that snug. Now I'll throw the nuts back on. Snug them down. And then the stud with the 12 millimeter goes back here. Now since all those are snug, just make sure, you see that had a little bit of give to it now. So there we go. Center first. Just snug them down. You see I'm holding my hand on top of the wrench. I'm not grabbing out here for leverage. I'm just going to make sure they're snug. I'm going to center out on the back. We really don't have a center there, but we'll just do these two and then out. Stud came out. We'll go ahead and put it back in now, along with the other nut. And since these are just holding the wiring harness in place, there is no need to get them really tight. Just snug them down, because they're not doing anything other than just keeping that there. There's no tension, nothing on them, so there. Now I did leave my cool packs where I can put them back where they were. How I took them out. If they're all firing correctly, it really doesn't matter. And you can do this before or after the harness. Don't be like me and forget to put these on. Keep back in place where they should be. Now, just going to tighten down all the coil packs. Again, snug. Plug all the coil packs back in. And then reattach our hoses. Reclip the wiring back into place. Keep it from vibrating, all that. Make sure it's all good. Then we can put the engine cover back on it. Start it up. Test for leaks. Alright, there it is. Valve cover gasket is replaced. Pretty simple, easy to do. Takes a little bit of time, but you can do it. Basic tools. Nothing special at all. Now for the gasket itself, a lot of people say those need oil. Well, there's going to be plenty of oil inside that valve cover to keep it from dry rotting and all that good stuff. So I hope this video proved helpful. As always, thanks for watching.